As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a tapestry of oranges and purples across the sky, you find yourself on a quiet stone road. Your trusty steed carries you forward, each hoofbeat echoing in harmony with the rhythm of your heart. You've been journeying towards the next town, a meeting with a trader whose contract holds your attention. But as you draw closer, a sight interrupts your path. A carriage, wrecked and abandoned, its shattered wheels and splintered wood hints at a recent accident. The road lies nestled between an embankment, surrounded by a forest whose shadows deepen with every passing moment. As your horse hesitates, you notice a movement among the trees, a faint scurrying, creatures, unseen, but undoubtedly present. Your horse halts, sensing the unease in the air. The forest seems to hold its breath, awaiting your decision. What will you do? Greetings adventurers and fellow Baldur's Gate 3 fans. Today we're about to embark on a journey beyond pixels and polygons into a world of limitless possibilities. I'm Mr. Damlow and I have about 10 years worth of experience playing D&D and also DMing and running my own campaign. I'm here to share why you, yes you watching this video now, should consider diving into the magical realm of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. But as we journey through the interconnected realms of D&D and beyond, consider subscribing. It's like forming an alliance with our channel for epic content delivered right to your notifications. Hey, right now, yeah, click it. Cool. Picture this, the exhilaration of spellcasting, the strategy of positioning your party, and the thrill of critical hits. Now, imagine these very mechanics mirrored in both Baldur's Gate 3 and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The magic is in the similarities that connect these two worlds, allowing you to seamlessly transition from virtual realms to tabletop tales. Now you might be wondering, is diving into D&D 5th edition as easy as navigating Baldur's 3? Well, that answer is actually just yes. The beauty lies in the simplicity of picking up the game mechanics. Whether you're a seasoned digital adventurer or a newcomer to both realms, the basics are intuitive and accessible. Baldur's Gate 3 mechanics find their roots in D&D 5th edition, making the leap between the two a smooth journey. And it's actually a great place to foster your understanding of those mechanics for D&D. And here's where the enchantment deepens. Both Baldur's Gate 3 and D&D 5th edition weave stories into the tapestries of the Forgotten Realms. The lore you uncover in one experience can actually enrich the other. Whether you're exploring the perilous streets of Baldur's Gate virtually or you're forging your own legends at the tabletop, the world remains interconnected, offers a sense of familiarity that welcomes you into every corner. But before we dive into the creativity of D&D, let me just talk about roles. In Baldur's Gate 3, you step into the shoes of a virtual protagonist, making choices that shape your hero's destiny. In the world of D&D, you have the power to be both storyteller and the hero. As a dungeon master, you craft the worlds, breathe life into NPCs, and orchestrate the quests. As a player, you bring your character's journey to life, making choices that ripple through your adventure. It's like wearing different masks in a grand theatrical performance. Now, we can go into the details of making characters and all of that and how to play D&D, but this is me convincing you to give it a try. It's rare to sit around a table with friends, whether that's digitally or virtually, let loose, have a laugh, and make some fantastic memories together. In D&D, your imagination is the only limit, really. Imagine this, you're not choosing from preset characters or how your characters look within the game, you're crafting your own unique hero from scratch. Picture yourself selecting a race that speaks to you, whether a stalwart dwarf or a tiefling or graceful elf. Then dive into the classes. Will you be a fearsome barbarian, a cunning rogue, or a wise spellcaster? The choices are as diverse as the realms themselves, but it doesn't stop there. D&D lets you go beyond appearances. Delve into your character's backstory, weaving a tale of triumphs, tragedies, and secrets. What motivates your hero? What scars do they carry? You get to determine their personality traits, bonds, flaws, and quirks. These details aren't just for show. They shape your character's interactions and decisions, breathing life into them with every step of your journey. But here's the beauty of it, your character's growth is an ongoing evolution. As you progress, your hero's experiences shape their skills, beliefs, and relationships. You're not just witnessing a story, it's kind of similar in Baldur's Gate 3, you're actively shaping it. The more you invest in your character, the more the world responds, weaving a tapestry of adventure that's uniquely yours. However, I'll be honest here, this level of creativity requires energy and dedication. Crafting a memorable character takes time and thought, but rest assured the rewards are immeasurable. As your character faces challenges, forms alliances, and evolves over the time, you'll find yourself deeply connected to the world that you've co-created. And isn't that what storytelling really is about? Tell me about your dream D&D character, race, class, all the quirks, and drop your character concept in the comments so we can all check it out together. Get ready to step into a world where you're not just experiencing a story, you're shaping it. While Baldur's Gate 3 provides a gripping narrative and does allow you to make changes to the story, in D&D, it gives you the power to become the storyteller, the weaver of tales, the architect of destinies. As a dungeon master, the realm is yours to canvas. You'll craft an intricate tapestry of quests, mysteries, and challenges that your players will navigate, if you can be bothered to go ahead and do that. You become the conductor of this symphony of adventure, setting the stage for epic quests that are limited only by your creativity. As players, you're not just reading the lines of dialogue on a screen with a choice of 5 different options. No, you're interacting with the world in a dynamic way. The choices you make ripple across the narrative, steering it in directions even the most seasoned dungeon master probably won't be able to predict. Whether it's forming alliances, making moral decisions, or confronting ancient evils, your choices defines the story's path and where it goes. But here's where the source is special. Unlike a video game where outcomes are programmed, in D&D, all your choices matter. If you decide to befriend a reclusive hermit, they might reveal hidden lore that changes the course of your adventure. If you take a risk to leap across the chasm, the dice will decide your fate. The excitement and tension that comes from the unknown, from the unscripted, from the collaboration between dungeon master and players is what makes things so special. Now, a word of caution, crafting and experiencing such an intricate narrative requires energy and involvement. As a dungeon master, if that's something you're interested in the future, you'll spend time preparing the world, creating NPCs with distinct personalities, and devising challenges that will engage your players and may enrage them at the same time. But also as players, you don't get away scot-free. You'll need to invest in your character's motivations, relationships, and choices. The more energy you invest in this game, the richer your experience will be. Baldur's Gate 3 does a lot of heavy lifting in terms of the adventure and the story, so you really need to put the work in to get the most out of this. Now, not everything has to be custom here. D&D accommodates for both pre-designed modules where you can take pre-written adventures, such as The Lost Mines of Phandelver or The Curse of Strahd. But you can also make your custom-made adventures to showcase how flexible this system really is. Imagine this, the camaraderie you feel with your companions in Baldur's Gate 3, magnifying tenfold in the world of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Both are social experiences, but D&D transcends the screen, bringing people together in a way that's truly magical. You can gather your friends around a table, set up your character sheets, roll the dice, and step into a world where teamwork and collaboration are the keys to success. Alternatively, you can hop online and connect with friends from around the world. Uniting your efforts across the digital realm, it's a dynamic, real-time experience that's bound to strengthen your friendships. As you delve into quests and challenges, you find yourself working together in ways that you might never have anticipated. You'll strategize, you'll argue maybe, and you'll celebrate victories as a united front. But here's the kicker. The bonds you forge in D&D are more than just in-game alliances. They carry over into real life, creating memories that last long after the final dice is rolled. However, again, here's the reality check that I like to pull in with each of these points. While D&D promises unforgettable social experiences, it requires your active participation. The energy and effort you invest directly correlate with the richness of your adventure. To truly thrive in the world you're creating, you need to put effort to develop your character's personality, interact with NPCs, and contribute to the unfolding narrative. So as you gather your fellow adventurers and embark on a journey, remember that the more you invest, the more you'll gain. The laughter that echoes across the table, the tense moments as you wait for the dice to decide your fate, and the shared sense of accomplishment when you overcome your challenges, these are the rewards for your dedication. D&D is all about the camaraderie, and so is this channel, so hit that subscribe button to join the party. Now. Now let's talk about the incredible canvas of possibilities that Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition offers. While Baldur's Gate 3 does immerse you very well into the digital universe, D&D takes that immersion to a whole new level by giving you reins to craft your own destinies. The player interaction from this impacts the game world much more deeply than you can in video games. D&D flexibility allows you to dive into your very own homebrewed campaign. Well, what the hell's a homebrewing campaign, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a world where you and your dungeon master shape from scratch, molding it to your preferences. So rather than doing a pre-made setting, you could be exploring a post-apocalyptic wasteland like The Last of Us, maybe. Or you're navigating a courtly intrigue in a medieval fantasy setting. Or you're even journeying through a steampunk-inspired realm that's based in Zorn from League of Legends. The boundaries of the game is only as limiting as your collective imagination. But again, that catcher keeps coming back. This limitless versatility requires dedication and imagination. Crafting spells maybe, or inventing items, or designing campaigns, all demand energy and effort. It's like being an artist who paints a masterpiece. The more heart and creativity you pour into it, the more vibrant and immersive your experience becomes. So you're ready to take the plunge into uncharted creativity, and you're eager to forge spells that reflect your character's essence, or maybe invent artifacts that shape your history, or, explore worlds crafted from your collective dreams, and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition beckons. So there you have it, brave adventurers, if you're still there and watching. While Baldur's Gate 3 is a thrilling experience that offers a lot to the gaming industry, D&D 5th edition offers a gateway to even more adventures, creativity and camaraderie. Embrace the tabletop realm and you find a world that unfolds according to your imagination. However, a few things that I want to preface. Finding the right group of players who share your style of play might take some time. Some prefer focusing on intricate world building, while others thrive on tactical combat, and then there's those who revel in immersive storytelling. The beauty of D&D is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Each group carves their own path. And remember, the schedule of play also varies greatly depending on the group. Some groups meet weekly, others opt for bi-weekly, and some choose to gather monthly. It's all about finding the rhythm that best suits the player's availability and preferences. And before you dive in, especially if you're playing with people that you don't know too well, it's a good idea to establish a social contract. This is an agreement that just simply outlines expectations for behavior, respecting each other's boundaries, and fostering a safe and enjoyable gaming environment. It sounds boring, but you'd be surprised how many groups go wrong because this isn't established. So if you're curious about how I approach the game, want to learn more about setting up a social contract, or if you're simply excited to embark on this tabletop journey, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments. Whether you're a seasoned player or a newcomer, there's a place for you in the world of D&D. And remember, no matter how you choose to play, may your dice always roll in your favor. Are you ready to embrace the world of D&D and embark on epic quests? Well, if so, let me know in the comments what part of the game you're most excited to dive into. And doing that, after you've made your comment, click the subscribe button. Do it for me. And until next time, take it easy. Moment. As your horse hesitates, you notice a movement among the trees, a faint scurrying, creatures, unseen, but undoubtedly. Your horse halts,